What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Panthers franchise. We have episode 19 today. And again, just like last video, we have a big matchup, right? This week, we're taking on the Bears. It's an inter-conference matchup, though. Not cross-conference like it was with the Bengals. But we're coming off with a big win right now. 38-6 over the Bengals. The only thing that I'm still mad about, okay? I'm still mad about this, is the throw that Boyd missed. That would have given Floyd Fuller his breakout scenario. And it would have been a huge thing because he's a normal development. If we get him up to a starred player, that changes so much in the next, for the next couple of seasons with him. That takes him to the next level soon. And now we got to work a little bit extra harder with Floyd Fuller. But I think this might be, out of the entirety of all of my franchises, the biggest mid-season trade I've ever done. And I didn't even know it was at the time. I was just like, hey, look at this guy sitting here. Let me go get him. But look at what it has brought us, right? We have found Floyd Fuller, who is, for some reason, Deon Boyd, except for the game we needed him to be, his favorite target. He had two really solid games. I mean, 6 catches for 69 yards is not nothing to look at. I mean, that's a good stat line, even though we were going for 75. And then the week before that, in the video before that, he went off for like 10 catches and 120 yards. The video we didn't see, or the game we didn't see with the Cardinals, he had 3 touchdowns. This guy has just started off 3 games in a row since he got here, completely the number 1 receiver. It's crazy. And it was just a last minute thing. I'm like, hey, let's just see, like, what can I get for this guy? What can I do? So guys, check them trade blocks. Check those trade blocks. Because I found Floyd Fuller because of it. And this guy might end up being one of the greats of this series for all I know. And I might look back on this video in 10 episodes or 20 episodes and say, this was foreshadowing at its finest. But time will tell. Time will tell. I am going to keep working at him, though, a lot. He is definitely getting pushed to the top of this guy needs to get, better, tree, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know. Anyway, what I was thinking was this week we should really look into some stats, see where things are at with us and around the league. And then we'll, of course, take on the Bears. So it won't be too crazy of a game or too crazy of an episode. Still no news against for the draft. There hasn't been any. I don't know why. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys had stories for your players, or is it just the end of year stuff? It feels like it's just announcing the award winners now, and they even did away with the stories, which is crazy because their whole thing was trying to add to the draft stuff for guys, for franchise players. But anyway, let's take a look at the stats and we'll see where things fall. And you can see here, looking at the team stats, we're 9th now in offensive points per game, but we're 26th in passing yards. We had a rough start to the season. We're 8th in rushing, so we've had a good year there. We're 1st in points allowed. We're only allowing 17 points. 5th in defensive pass yards and 1st against the run. So defense has been playing lights out for us this year. We've had a decent schedule, though, too. Like, we haven't had a lot of top-flight talent. I think the Bengals were really the first one where it's like, holy crap, this is a good team. And now with Chicago. But we'll see if it continues. As you can see, the Bears there, they're 5th in rushing. They're 2nd in points allowed. So it's the number 1 and number 2 points allowed defense going against each other this week. They're 4th in passing yards allowed. So they're right there with us. I mean, we're neck and neck when it comes to what our defenses can do. And the only difference is it's 13 yards or 14 yards difference in what we allow for rushing yards per week. And that's really not a whole lot. Here's a quick look at the conference. Dallas sitting atop at 8-2, Chicago at 8-2. We are at 8-2, and San Francisco at 7-4. You can see that the NFC is really starting to separate, right? We have 3 8-2 teams, us included in that. The next best team, well, is 6-5. Well, 6-4. The Giants at 6-4. They had a bye already. But a lot of there isn't a lot of 1 game separators here in the division, right? We're 3 games ahead of the Falcons, 2.5 games ahead of the Saints, a ton of games ahead of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And then East, Dallas has a 2-game lead on the Giants. Well, at least we know that. It might be 1.5. They had a tiebreaker. I don't know. And then there's still a 2-game skid for 3rd and 4th place. Same sort of idea with the NFC North. My poor Vikings are at the bottom at 3-7. And then the West, it's just the 49ers. Everybody else is below 500. And the Cardinals are still 1-9. So good thing we didn't lose to them, right? But it's starting to come a clear picture here. We know the top teams right now: Dallas, Chicago, us in the NFC. Behind that, Detroit, San Francisco, then Detroit, and then we have the Giants, of course. But then after that, I mean, those are 6 teams right there. One of these random teams is going to end up making it. One of these teams. So if I had to take a guess right now on where the playoffs are going to go, I would guess that it's going to be, well, us 3: Dallas, Chicago, us, San Francisco, so that's 4, Detroit, the Giants, I'm assuming. And then the 7th team, I'm actually going to lean in the direction of another NFC East team. I'm almost wondering if it might be one of the Commanders or the Eagles, because they both have very talented teams. That would be my pick. One of those 2 teams be the 7th. And now as for the stats, here is the quick glance at, I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do this because it takes a long time to go through all the stats, but I'm going to do this for the league itself, and then we'll look at our stats. So passing leaders, we know Burrow is up there, 3,100 yards, 28 touchdowns. Jordan Love is actually 2nd. Wow. Maybe it'll be the Packers instead. 2,972, 18 touchdowns. Behind him, Tua Tagovailoa, 2,919 touchdowns. Rushing yards, Najee Harris leading it with 774. But look at Josh Jacobs of Green Bay, 14 touchdowns on the season. And then Breece Hall with 7 of his own, so very good season there. I love the mix-up in receiving yards. Tyreek Hill is leading, but then look at the 2 guys below him. Josh Downs of Indianapolis and Keon Coleman of Buffalo. 13 and 10 touchdowns, both of them closing in on 1,000 yards already. Aiden Hutchinson, 12 sacks. Greg Russo, 11. Zadarius Smith also with 11. Marshawn Lattimore, 6 picks. Trayvon Diggs, 5. Julius Blackman, 4. Is it Julian or Julius? I think it's Julian Blackman. And then on tackles, it's Lindsey, a rookie, leading with 66 solo tackles. Quay Walker behind him with 65. And then Connor Barton with 63. So a lot of new faces starting to show off in the league, and I love to see that. And now we'll take a look at our team specifically here. Deion Boyd, 334 attempts, 239 completions. He's averaging over 70% on his throws, which is huge. 2,235 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But that number was a lot different like 4 weeks ago, obviously. But like the ratio was different. I feel like he was having a little bit more of an issue earlier on in the season with turnovers. He has taken 27 sacks, so I don't like to see that. Rushing wise, Brooks not as glamorous as last year before he got hurt, but he is still averaging above 4 yards a carry. He's got 7 touchdowns. Things are going well for him there. Deion Boyd, 4 touchdowns. He's actually really stepped up a little bit when it comes to the running. Judge, 3.5 yards on 3.6 yards a carry, 111 on 31. And then Ezekiel Townsend, who I told you guys a couple episodes ago, is really starting to become one of my favorite running backs on this roster. 12 for 63, 5.5 almost yards a carry, 5.3. That's a full 1.2 yards better than our starter, and he's got himself a touchdown. I might need to start getting him a little bit more playing time, to be very honest with you guys. It might just have to happen. Deron Overton still leading us in receptions, 45, or in yards, 522, 45 receptions, but Ridley's actually leading us in receptions with 46, 391 yards, only 1 touchdown. Not as big of a year for him this year, but he has been able to stay healthy. Maybe that's because he's not getting hit as much because he's not involved in the game planning as much, which I'm trying to change. I really am. I'm working on that book again. I have 2 different saves. So I'm working on both of them in different ways. Like I'm making the one that I ran this last video more of a very pass heavy type of approach depending on the week. And then I want to try to make the one that we were using more of a run first approach, but getting more tight end play involved in there. Leggett is still our 3rd leading receiver, 35 catches, 369 yards. But then there is Floyd Fuller, and he has had a good start. This is a 3-game performance essentially. 25 catches, 266 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's a lot. And then going over to the defense. So our leader in the solos is Trevin Wallace. No surprise there. He's got 77 tackles as a whole. Tackles for loss, 18 for Nick Benito, 8 sacks. What a pickup that was, huh? Then Wallace is right behind him though, 12 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. That's a good stat line for a pass coverage type of linebacker. And he also has 5 pass deflections. DJ Wanham with 4, and then so is Derek Brown with 4, and Briggs with 1, of course. So I feel like if we can pair somebody to go along with Benito, that's, you know, just as impactful, we could have a really good rushing unit. Interceptions, Shaq Thompson still leading us with 2, Tremont Battle with 2, and then 1 for Dylan Horn and Jacquez Green. Thompson also leading us in deflections. Battle and Dylan are tied with Wallace for the second spot with 5. JC Horn with 4, Brandon Stevens with 4, Fuller with 3, Jacquez Green with 2, and then a couple guys with 1. Forced fumbles, we have had a few of those, a lot more than we've seen in the past. 2 forced fumbles from Nick Benito, 1 for Tremont Battle, Trevin Wallace, Brandon Stevens, and Stephen Briggs. The problem has been not recovering them. We only have 2 recoveries. That's not okay. And we have how many fumbles? 6 fumbles and only 2 recoveries. That's not a good percentage. We got to be able to get to the ball and pay attention to things when things are happening on the field. And then we only have 1 touchdown on defense, and that was the one we saw last week, or last episode, with JC Horn on that pick 6. And now let's take a look at the Bears. Apparently Caleb Williams doesn't know how to throw interceptions. 17 touchdowns, 1 interception. Wow. That's really good. I want to make sure we get an interception on him then. Rushing wise, DeAndre Swift, 689 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, and 5 touchdowns. Caleb Williams also adding 3 touchdowns on 200 yards. And then Corey Harrington, rookie running back, coming in for 4 touchdowns, but it looks like to be more just goal line based, I guess. 2.8 yards a carry is not something to write home about. Receiving wise, Cole Kmet is leading them, 46 for 498. DJ Moore coming in behind him, both catches wise and yardage wise. That is very interesting to see. And he only has 2 touchdowns. Rome Adunze, not quite there with the receiving yards or the catches, but he's there with the touchdowns, leading the team with 6. Amari Cooper, who's in his 12th season, there with 3 touchdowns, 427 yards. And then defensively, Tremaine Edmonds is their leader in tackles. Tackles for loss is Montez Sweat, followed up by Terrence Shepard, rookie or second-year defensive tackle. This guy is like sort of built almost like a little bit smaller and stouter, like Aaron Donald. Not saying he is Aaron Donald, maybe like Geno Atkins, like where they don't look like they need to be defensive tackles, right? They just look like they're like jacked. That's sort of how this guy looks. I remember seeing him, his player card. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him. And he's a smaller guy, 6'2", 310. So not a very, like, not small weight wise, but a little bit shorter than what you're probably used to seeing on the D line. Javon Dexter Sr. also tied with 10 tackles for loss. And then it drops off a cliff down to Charles Omenihu. Sacks leader is Charles Omenihu, 4.5. Shepard with 2.5. Montez Sweat, Dexter, and Edmonds all with 2 of their own. Then Edwards, Booker with 1. And then a couple of guys with a half, which is Darius Slay and Nick Rowland, who is a second-year free safety. So they do have a couple of younger guys starting in their defensive backfield now. Only 1 forced fumble on the entire season. Wow. And they didn't recover it, so I guess they have a worse record than we do when it comes to that, at least percentage points-wise, right? We're meeting about the Bears. Let's see. Let's talk about our opponent. I asked you all to watch film and analyze their weaknesses. Let's see how intelligent this is. What did you see? They struggle with pass blocking. He's taken 15 sacks on the entire season. Any player specifically? Yeah, the left tackle. That's like their best lineman. How should we attack that? We should blitz them, their left tackle, and overwhelm. Like, I like blitzing, but like, what's our goal? Gives up 2 sacks. Yeah, gives up 2 sacks. I think we can do it. Yeah, and I trust Nick Benito to make those plays. Never mind, they must have an injury there because that is not supposed to be their starting left tackle. I'm pretty sure that's Braxton Jones. Am I crazy? Defensive coordinator. Let's see what the defensive coordinator says now. All right, we need to shift our focus to the Bears. We already did, buddy. Catch up. Their offense has an advantage against our D overall. Okay. Let's talk to the defense about it. Okay, I guess we're gonna go talk to the defense about their overall, like that they don't even know exists because this is a video game. I just like, you guys couldn't have come up with a better way to put this out there. Like, who wrote this stuff, man? I still can't get over it. In Film Study this morning, we talked about how their offense could cause problems for our defense. What's the plan to deal with that? Our linebackers need to have great pursuit. No shit. We'll just go plus block shedding. I don't know. Like, we'll focus on that all week. Okay, great. +5 and then -5 tackling. See, this is why I don't do these things, man. Why would they be bad at tackling because they practice block shedding? That doesn't even make sense. Like, in what world does that happen in the NFL? They're like, well, you know, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, I saw that you guys were working on the sleds for block shedding this week. You must really suck at tackling now. Yeah, coach, sorry. I forgot this week, but next week I'm not gonna forget and I'll be fine again, but I'm also not gonna be as good at block shedding. What the f is that? This makes me not even want to click on this. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm peeved. I'm peeved already. Okay. Last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the Bears roster. We sort of already know what the team is, but let's just see if there's any major injuries and you know, just make decisions there before we get over to the training for the week. So we got, of course, Caleb Williams is a 95. Okay, Caleb. Superstar now. DeAndre Swift, a superstar. Corey Harrington is coming along pretty nicely. 79 overall, 94 speed, 94 acceleration. That is a really good running back. And he's from Wisconsin. Dang, I should have drafted him. So their receiving room is getting up there. DJ Moore is 29, although he is still an 89. Amari Cooper is 32. Even though he's still an 85. And then they have Kadarius Toney. He's 27, and he's the 4th receiver. Rome Odunze is the only bright spot they have in the future on this team, depending on how Artie Brennan comes along. But with a name like Artie, and you're already 24, just don't know about you, man. Sorry if your name is Artie. It's just a weird name for a guy to have that's under the age of 50. Do me. Cole Kmet, the leader at the tight end position. Of course, behind him is Tyler Can, 69 overall, 2nd-year guy. And yeah, Braxton Jones is hurt. That's why that thing popped up. That made sense because I'm sitting there like, why are we saying the left tackle is that bad? But it's more of the injury situation. So it's going to be Kieran Omega-G. Holy cow. Anyway, he's a young tackle, 24 years old, 72 overall, so maybe we can take advantage of that a little bit. Tevin Jenkins in the middle. They also have Ezekiel Cummings. I almost wonder if they're not even going to have this dude out there. Like, why would they not have Cummings or Jenkins fill in that spot for the week, right? Nothing good at center, nothing good at right guard. That's probably why. Okay, never mind. Let me take back what I said. So one of those guards is playing right side. That makes more sense then. Montez Sweat on the defensive line, along with Charles Omenihu. They also have Darius Cummings here, so I don't know why. It's got to be Cummings that's going to be starting now, right? Oh, that's right. I had to change him. They have this man starting at outside linebacker, and they play a 4-3. Darius Cummings, 6'5", 256 edge rusher. So I think now, because I made that switch and it's Simda week, I think he'll be the starter. So he should be this week anyway, because that's what he should have been. Terrence Shepard, here's the guy I was talking about. 76 speed, 78 excel for a D tackle. See what I mean? Yeah, I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see where I'm pointing, when really I should be going like this. Give me a break, guys. I'm new to this whole thing. But 6'2", 310, star development, 22 years old, 79 overall, run stopper and power rusher, and 76 speed rusher. This is a really good defensive tackle. Very well balanced, might I add. Not bad. Mekhi Wingo is running alongside him, and then there's, well, I guess Javon Dexter has been the starter. I'm wondering if Mekhi is starting now. Maybe he wasn't that high of an overall in the beginning of the season. I don't know. Solomon Jordan, second-year guy out of Wisconsin, another Wisconsin guy. On the outside, they have Tremaine Edmonds. I always want to call him Tremont for some reason. Tremaine Edmonds in the middle. And then they have TJ Edwards, who is also hurt. Oh, when did that happen? Does that mean we're going to see Kyrie Wagner, another rookie? Probably. Hey, secondary is Jalen Johnson. And then there's Tyreek Stevenson. Darius Slay, who's also hurt, which means it's going to be Antoine Means, the rookie 6'3" corner, is going to get a chance to go up against our slot guy, which right now is Antoine Mobley, and then Lionel Mitchell. Alohi Gilman, or is it Alohi? Alohi Gilman, and then Jaquan Brisker, but I think they have, yeah, Nick Rowland is the starter. Second-year safety is the starter, even though he's a lower overall. Quality players here. They have a good young nucleus in this defense, just like us. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about. Before we get to the training and before we get to the game, I wanted to talk to you guys about this sort of nucleus of players that we are forming here on this team, because I feel like we have a lot more players for the future than I thought we did at the beginning of the season. And it might lead to me consolidating draft picks and trying to move up or something like that for certain players at certain positions, because let's just take a breakdown, okay? First, we're going to look at our draft picks. We have a first, 2 seconds, a third, 2 fourths, a 6th, and a 7th. Those are good picks. They are. And chances are I might be able to trade down somewhere on one of these higher picks between the 2nd and 3rd round and get more picks for later on and maybe next year. Next year, we have a full slate of picks. Actually, we have an extra 7th next year. And then the year before that, I don't have a 7th. I must have traded that away. Okay, whatever. But looking at this team as it stands right now, Ron Overton, 23. Fuller, 22. I'm not going to count Leggett because I don't know what's going to happen with him yet. But I mean, even that's a trade target right there. I might look into trading him this year, to be honest with you guys. I mean, he performed well, but now with Fuller coming into tow, how good he played because of the injury, he had to play. You know what I mean? Like, he had to play because of the injuries, and it ended up helping us out because we found out that this dude is actually really good. Behind him, we have Antoine Mobley, who is also like 22 or 23, 77 overall. And then we have Ty Davis. Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is down on the bench right now because we've had so much more success through the air since these guys have come into the picture, since the young guys have taken over. And then at running back, Brooks, if he stays healthy, is good. We know that. Townsend, who I have put at number 2 now because I really like him. And we still have Theo Judge, who we have for a couple more years, and I don't really have to do anything with him. We have Boyd. The only spot where we really don't have a lot of youth is the offensive line and tight end, which is something I can focus on in this draft, right? We do have Weatherford, though, which is huge. Now that we know he's superstar, that is big. And actually, I think I'm gonna start him. We're gonna make the call. We're starting Weatherford. Run blocking, horrible. But so is Taylor. If you look at Taylor, he's not the strongest run blocker either. Kwanu, who is still young. He's what, 26? We have Lewis, but we also have Arietta right behind him. We have Hunt. I want to get rid of his contract soon. And then we have McGarry, who is just a fill-in while we wait for some of these contracts to fall off. And we do have Langford behind him, which is going to be probably more of a depth guy. But we have options. And then at the tight end position, Ridley can be a beast when he wants to be. And if he gets the ball, he's good. It's just, can he stay healthy? And what kind of consistency is he going to get within our playbook? Woods is definitely more of just a, run-of-the-mill backup. Might have him for a couple of seasons. He's not going to flash anybody. But okay, he's not going to do that at all because that would be wrong. But you guys know what I'm saying. He's not going to like wow you with anything he really does. He's just a consistent, playmaker for us to fill in. Same with Brevin Jordan. He's not going to jump off the page at all. He's very athletic tight end, but he's just not going to get involved as much. And that's fine. So if we're going to do anything on this offense, it's going to have to be on the offensive line. My own fault now for wasting a year of a scout because we are set at receiver. Now, if one falls in my lap that I cannot pass on, I can't promise you anything. I can't. I'm a receiver running back. I love those two positions. I love drafting them. Sue me. What do you want me to do? But I'm going to try to focus on the offensive line because I think that's where we really need to focus is offensive line, maybe tight end because I'm still not sure on Ridley. We haven't seen enough of him this year for me to know or feel comfortable with his injury situation. And then on defense, we have a really good situation as well here. Briggs is super young, super talented. He's going to be great. We don't know what he is yet. We'll find out shortly. Brown. Well, how old is Brown now? Let's see. Okay, so he's 28. He's 28. So D-tackle, we have him for another 3 or 4 years. Easy. So I'm not concerned about that. Nick Benito. How old is Benito? He's 26. So we have a good 3 to 4 years with him. We know Wanham is 28 going on 29, I believe. Or is he already 29? He's 28. Okay, so I was right. Our secondary, I think, is pretty good right now. So Battle is young. He's an 86 overall, 84 without the morale boost. JC Horn is still very good. He's also pretty young. He's 25 or 26. Stevens is 27, right? He's going to get up there. But we have Shaw Smith-Wade, who I really want to start getting on the field. I think I might have to make a decision this offseason with, are we going to let Shaw Smith-Wade become our starting nickel or not? I don't know yet. We'll find out. Our linebacking core, we already know. Trevin Wallace is going to be the starter at linebacker for us somewhere. He might end up taking over next year as a starting middle linebacker. That might be a better spot for him, especially considering he's going to be like our pass coverage guy. But I do like where he's at right now because it seems like he's making a lot of plays in his current position. So I might not want to make that change. We also have Michael Haggins, who I think is going to be very, very good. He's 6'3", 245. We still have yet to uncover what his development trait is. I just need him to get better at pass coverage, but everywhere else, this guy is a beast. 83 play rec already? Halfway into his rookie season? That's big. 86 hit power. His speed isn't the best, but it's not bad either. It's not like he's got like 77 speed. He's just not a speed demon like Wallace or Green is. And then, of course, Jaquez Green, who is also has a lot of upside. He is 24, though. He's a little bit older, which, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, right? But that is something I have to consider. He's a little bit older. We don't have that extra 2 years with him to develop, so we'll see how his development goes. But right now, he's playing pretty decently. I like what I see. I'm not completely sold on never replacing him. We'll just see what happens over the next season or two. And I think the only spot where we're wondering right now is the safety position. Lance Dillon has started to come into his own. I like what I'm seeing out of him. I think he's going to play even better once I move him to free safety. And then I'm almost wondering if somebody like Ronnie Hickman or Nick Cross couldn't actually come in and be our starter. So let's take a look at Hickman again. So we signed him in the offseason as more of a backup, uncertainty, future type of player. 6'1", 209, he's still only 24. He's still very young. 74 across the board. He's a very balanced safety. The problem is he's not the fastest. But at strong safety, if you are good enough at everything else, you can sort of, get away with that. He's got 89 Excel, so the short burst is there to some degree, or at least it's like a serviceable amount. His injury is decent. So, a guy like Ronnie Hickman could end up being a guy that makes a name for himself in this secondary, even though he's not a super high development rate. He's not, 21. He's not one of our draft picks. We found him in free agency, and he might have found a home, I don't know yet. I might also push Julian Myers to be the next big thing because I really like his build, 6'3", 224. Who doesn't want that big of a man running around at safety? You know what I mean? That guy can play downfield. He can play the jump ball, and he can play up in the box. Yes, please. So it's a very, I think it's a good situation we have right now. We have a lot of good youth on this team. We don't need 8 people. You know what I mean? I could trade a lot of those picks away, try to move up to get like 1 to 2 guys. I'd love an edge rusher and I'd love an offensive lineman. Maybe a safety. Maybe. But I don't think it has to be first round. I think we have some talent at safety. And I don't have to move on from Jordan Fuller. I don't even know what his overall is going to be. If he tanks this season, then I probably would, like regression wise. But if he doesn't drop off too much, then I might just keep him. I don't know yet, because he's played well for us. He's been consistent. I don't see him getting burned all that often. I mean, he did get burned a few times last episode, but luckily for us, Joe Burrow was having a rough day. His hair dye was probably getting in his eyes or something. I don't know. I don't even know how that works. I'm bald. I don't know how hair dye works. But anyway, I think we're in a good spot right here. I really do. I don't think there's a whole lot of stuff that we really need to change about this team. I think we just got to keep building them, and we're already doing good. We're 8-2. So, and then on the practice squad, I really don't have anybody that I'm too concerned with. I mean, I don't want to lose any of these guys, but I'm also not going to, like, you know, cry if they get taken. That makes sense. The only one is Watts, really. I mean, we have a running back, a left end, a couple of D tackles. You know, nobody's really that expendable or unexpendable on this practice squad. So I'm just really happy with where we're at right now, team-wise. So, all right, and now it is time for the training. What do we think they're going to do? It tells us to do the run. I'm not going to do that. We're going to do the pass again. Defend medium. I know. I keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. It's just going to have to happen. They want us to run inside. I don't know what I think about this playbook when I do run inside. I haven't tested it with run inside yet. Do we take a chance? What if it backfires on us? Well, what I do know is that they're a heck of a lot worse against the rush than they are against the pass. They're number 2 against the pass, and Deion Boyd has shown that sometimes he's a little stupid. Let's just do it. Let's try it. We got to try some stuff, right? This is a new playbook, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet, but I do know I have a ton of run inside plays, and if we get going on the ground, we got running backs that can make things happen. And now for the weekly game plan. I actually know I want us to get like 200 rushing yards, to be honest with you. Let's aim for 200 rushing yards as a team, right? Let's do it. Let's aim for this. Let's aim for the sky. Defensive coordinator allowed 20 points. We're gonna go 24 points or less. 350 yards. I would like us to see us do that. And then for this one, 15 plus first downs. I think that's a quality margin to look at. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for us to be. I didn't forget, guys. I'm going to do the training, and then I'm going to do the franchise, the points for the staff. All right, I did not forget. I see that there's a 30 up there. Thank you, though, for reminding me when I forget. All right, so we have everything set. I'm going to go ahead and do the mini games, and then I'll see you guys afterwards so we can get these this last upgrade for the franchise staff, and then it's time for the game. All right, so before we get to the franchise points, we got to do the upgrades. See what we have this week. Floyd Fuller getting another upgrade. All them big games he's been having, I think, are starting to pay off in the XP category. So we are going to do that. And he is really behind on some of these things, isn't he? Oh. What do I need to work on that one? Catching traffic, spectacular, and release. Let's do a physical this week. No. We're going to stick to playmaker because it has been working for us. Let's take a snapshot here. Let's see how this is working, right? We have a 77, 72, 70, 64. I'm curious to see how much that goes up with this upgrade here. 2 awareness, 1 break tackle, 1 carry, 3 catching, 1 deep route, 1 medium, 2 release, 1 short, 2 spectacular catch. And look at that. 78, 74, 72, 66. It was 72, 70, 64. So he went up 2 overalls on every single thing. Well, of course, except for playmaker, he went up 1. So we're going to just keep doing what I'm doing. Ezekiel Townsend also going to get an upgrade, and I am just going to keep pushing him to elusive. I want this guy to be like an every down back, but I want him to be elusive first. Does that make sense? Awareness, ball carrier, 2 break tackle, change of direction, that's good, and spin move. See where he's at now. So we have 85 break tackle, 90 speed, 91 excel, 89 agility, 87 carry, 84 ball carrier, trucking is at 79, stiff arm at 84, 88 juke move, 87 spin move. It's a pretty good running back. Change of direction and strength both at 80. I would like to see that change of direction a little bit higher. Maybe we'll see that in the future. Now that he's getting really good there, I think I want to start going at receiving back here too. I want this guy to be all around. I really do. I mean that. Jaleel Sharp, our fullback, he is getting an upgrade. We're going to do utility for him because I just want him to be better at pretty much anything. Awareness, break tackle, 2 to carry, impact, run block, and 2. That's the first upgrade he's gotten in 2 years he's been here. Or 1 year. I picked him up this year. And then Jarrett Kingston, who is not good at pass blocking. He's not really good at anything. So I think we'll just do... He's a guard. I'm just going to do pass protector. Get that up. At least that way we can focus one thing. Pass block finesse +3. We'll take it. Alrighty. Manage staff. Told you guys I didn't forget. I did not forget. View talent tree. I think we're still good on the head coach stuff for now. I would like to keep getting more XP gains, but I don't know if I want to spend it right here, right now. Could do middle linebackers or defensive tackles. That would be a good thing here. I do want to work down the board, so we have right guards, left guards. I would have loved to do that side, but I think guards and tackles are much more important. Centers, and then we'll have to choose between halfbacks or quarterbacks. And then, okay, we'll probably end up doing halfbacks there. Middle linebacker, so linebackers or defensive ends. That's gonna be a tough call. We're doing good on the offensive coordinator. Boost strength for the halfbacks. I don't really care about halfbacks. I wish we didn't have power, but I mean, I can't really change what we have right now, so it's just gonna have to be with what we got right now. So defensive coordinator, inside blitz. We should really work on the defensive coordinator. I don't have a lot of stuff unlocked. Boost block shedding for defensive tackles. Boost man coverage for middle linebackers. That would be helpful. I think we're gonna do this one. Boost man coverage. We'll get this one. There we go. And there's our point spent. All right, finally done enough talking. It's now time for us to take on the Bears. Here we go. We get to start off on offense this week. Deion Boyd coming out of the field, and let's see how we're going to open this one up. I did run inside this week, so I'm a little concerned with what we're going to do. We start off on the ground, and look at that, Brooks right off the bat, taking off for 14 right up the middle. Love to see it. We know Jonathan Brooks can be a very good running back. Maybe this run inside will be good for us. First and 10, another handoff to Brooks. He's got another nice lane. He'll get another 6 yards. 16 for 80 and a touchdown last week. Of course, we saw that last touchdown towards the end of the game that it just showcased what we saw last year out of him. You know, he made a couple of little moves, found some space, and then hit the burners. It was awesome to see. 2nd and 4 now. Play action, Boyd looking downfield. He's got it completed. It's Dalvin Ridley with the catch. Get Ridley involved early, and we're already down to the 35. We're starting off very good right now. Boyd again. Another one. This time it is Floyd Fuller with the catch. Get 10. I bet you get 75 yards this week. 2nd and inches. Boyd again, downfield, completed. It's Ridley. 2 catches, 29 yards. Offense is doing really good right now. Another one to Ridley. Short pass, completed. How many yards we get? Like 4? There are the inactives. TJ Edwards, Braxton Jones, Darius Slay. Those are the ones that we saw when we were looking at the Bears before this game. So this defense, while good, is hurt. And Boyd trying to get out of the way, and he cannot. It's Javon Dexter Sr. getting back there for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 4. And like I said, they're hurt, but they are still very good and very talented on this defense. Brooks in motion. Boyd, end zone. He throws an interception. He threw it right to him. He threw it right to the defensive back, man. And that's what I'm talking about, you know, like he makes so many great plays and then he does something stupid like that. And now out's going to come Caleb Williams for the Bears offense. And with that, Bears, of course, are going to start at the 20 after the touchback. Hand off to Swift. Tries to cut it back. Not much there. He'll get a yard. 2nd and 9. Williams looking right side. It's incomplete. He was looking for more, but it was J.C. Horn on the coverage, putting the hit on him, breaking up the pass, and now 3rd and 9. Williams with time runs out, and he's going to get hit as he throws. Oh, no, Williams got hurt. Oh, no. Caleb Williams is down. Caleb Williams getting hurt on that last drive. That's something to keep an eye on. We come back out here, a gain of 4. He got Fuller down on the right side. We're going to go empty set here on 2nd and 6. Boyd, a quick throw to Mobley, who does make the catch, and he'll end up getting 2 yards out of it. Not a lot off of that one play. 3rd and 4 here. Boyd, there it is. Mobley again. This time it goes for much more than 2 yards. It'll be enough to get us the first down and across midfield. 1st and 10. And it's a handoff. And up the middle, I believe, yeah, that was Townsend up for 5. I like running the split back, if you guys haven't noticed that. I want to get both guys involved. Oh, another quick one underneath, and Floyd gets hit. And it was recovered. It wasn't even a fumble anyway, but they're going to count it as a fumble because they don't challenge it if it was recovered by the same team, even if it wasn't a fumble. So, yeah, 3rd and inches. Boyd looking, he's got Mobley, easy completion. Hitting the short routes right now has been key to this offense moving well. And now we'll go back to this split back look. And this time it's Brooks, and Brooks is stood up at the line, and it's Shepard, the D tackle, the young defensive tackle that I said would be a problem, is the one to bring him down. 2nd and 10. We're at the 35. Overton in motion. Boyd looking over the middle. He's got it completed. It's Ridley, and Ridley down to the 21. Another nice pickup, another first down, and we are moving. Ridley getting a lot of involvement so far today. Nice to see that. So those of you, like, if you guys have played this game. Oh man, I thought that was going to be very bad. But it wasn't. For those that have played this game and say maybe like the training doesn't matter, I'm starting to think again that the training does matter. Like, I know it does for like what they're good at, but like I'm seeing different plays right now than I was with last 2 weeks using the same book. You know what I mean? So it's interesting to say the least. 3rd and 7. Boyd looking, incomplete. It's going to be hit the turf, and we're going to have to settle for 3. And now out comes Ebert. Not really sure who this guy is, but he's coming out. 1st and 10. He takes a drop back, lets it go short right away. It's completed, and he'll get 7. Okay, Ebert. Maybe Ebert. I don't know. We're going to call it Ebert, though. 2nd and 3. Another quick snap, another throw. He finds Komet, and another first down. Chicago. I believe that is their first down of the day. If not, it's their second. They haven't had a lot. Swift with the handoff, and he will fall forward for 3. So after 1 quarter of play, it is still 3-0. And is Williams back in, or is that still Ebert? I can't even tell. Yeah, that's still Ebert. Oh, he's running out of the pocket. Oh, he cannot get away. DJ Wadham tracks him down for the sack. Awesome. He tried to get out. It looks like he's got some speed to him as well, but he couldn't make up his mind fast enough. As now, oh, Ebert going to take off again. This time he is able to get away, and he'll get about, what is that, 4 yards? All right, here we go. Back on offense. Bears had to punt it last drive. Brooks going to start us off with a nice run up the middle for 8. 5 for 31 so far in this game. He has started off hot. Offense has as well. Just haven't had a lot of points on the board, thanks to an interception from Boyd. And Boyd takes the sack. 2nd 1. Don't like to see that. But he tried to get out of harm's way, and he just could not get it done. And now 3rd and 7, empty set. Fuller in motion. Boyd under pressure again, and he just holds on to the ball for too long, and So 2 punts, 1 apiece for each team, as Williams has entered back into the game now, and he looks for more, finding him right away. And DJ Moore almost breaking free, but unable to get past that second defender. 1st and 10, though, for Chicago. 8:15 to go in this first half. As Williams, oh, he can't get away, and it's going to be Wadham again. He had a sack on the last drive, and now gets another one, 2nd of the day, 2 apiece for each side. 2nd and 15 after that. They're going to go hand off to Swift, and that goes nowhere. Shut down by Trevin Wallace. Well, they're going to say he got 2 yards. But 3rd and 13 now. Empty set for Williams. And Williams with a clean pocket. Fires, but misses. We had good coverage downfield. Stevens the one there, and it's going to be at another punt for Chicago. Back on offense here. We are down inside the 15 after a nice punt from Chicago as Boyd looks short for Ridley, gets the completion. He'll get 3. 5 catches, 50 yards. Ridley has been the offense today. A little bit different than last week where he had like 2 catches, I think, all day. Now Fuller in motion. Boyd throwing and completed. No, he dropped it. Oh, man, he tried to hold on to it through the contact, but he couldn't get it done. That would have been a very cool catch. 3rd and 7. Fuller in motion again. Boyd looking. Got Fuller. Those are words. I said floor instead of Fuller, but anyway, he makes the catch and gets the first. Play action. Boyd looking left side, got it. It's Overton, and he's out of bounds at the 37. First down. This bunch set here has worked so far today for us. This time it's a handoff. Brooks cuts it back upfield. Love that cutback lane. He led him up to the right side long enough to when he cut back, it created a little bit of a separation there and allowed him to sneak through for 6. That was a good play. Play action now. Boyd gonna run with it. He gets out of pressure, and he is gonna be down at the 50, first down. I thought he was gonna get sacked, so I'm really happy to see that he got out of there. I was like worried there that he was about to take another big sack, but luckily he used his legs, gets out of harm's way, and gets us a fresh set of downs. As now underneath the Overton, Overton's got a nice catch, and he's got it very close to a first down. He gets it to the 40. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Brooks in the backfield, I formation, calling an audible here. He looks like he flipped sides of the play. And now Fuller is in motion. Goes underneath the Fuller. He's got it. First down. Moving the ball very nicely through the air in the intermediate and the short range, and not always trying to go downfield. I like what I'm seeing on this drive. Boyd again underneath, and once again it's Fuller. Fuller taking a big shot there, but not before getting it for 7 yards. Oh, there's a 2-minute warning. So, after 2 minutes, it's been a very good half of football for us. We just do not have the points to show for it. But now 2nd and 3, we're in the green zone, if you will, the red zone fringe. And Boyd takes a sack. God damn it. It's Charles Omeni who's still starting, even though they have a really good rookie behind him. 3rd and 8. Come on, throw it, man. He does. We get it. Go, Mobley. Oh, my God. Mobley with a great catch. A beautiful throw under pressure from Deion Boyd. And he finds it down to the 14. Look at that concentration on that throw there. He was hit mid-throw animation. Still manages to get it to Mobley. That was a great play. And now Boyd, of course. Okay. Whew. He threw it before he got sacked. I'll take that, okay? They're going to get pressure. I get that, but that was a good play. That was a good way to make that play. Quick snap. Boyd again has to throw it before he takes a sack. This defense is sending the heat right now the closer we have gotten to this end zone. 3rd and 10. Pistol look. Boyd again going to drop back. Looking over the middle. It's incomplete. A big hit from the rookie or second-year safety on Ridley. And that's going to force yet another field goal attempt from us. So both teams had to punt it after the break. Neither had a really good drive. Both times defense shut things down. On both sides, I should say. One for each team. As now the Bears back out on offense from the 29. Williams, quick drop, fires over the middle, completed for 5. And that is to Amari Cooper. I think that's his first catch of the day. But this is what you expect. You know, 6-3, number 1 and number 2 points allowed per game defenses. And there goes Cooper again up the sidelines, pushed out of bounds at the 46. A big play. He gets an excellent release on the out route, and the corner who was covering, I think it was Horn, just could not keep up. You don't see that all too often on J.C. Horn either. Oh, maybe it was Stevens in coverage on him. I don't know. Williams back again, looking short. Got Komet, and Komet with the first down. Nice job there. Getting upfield, getting the correct angle, staying ahead of the sticks. You love to see that out of an offense. I don't love to see it out of this offense right now, but hand off to Swift, and he just gets demolished. Derek Brown, no chance was he giving that one up. We've been very good against the run. Very good. Uh-oh. Oh, he got out of it. Gets rid of it to Swift, and Swift tries lowering the shoulder. He couldn't break the tackle of J.C. Horn. I guess I expect more out of him. You know, I expect more broken tackles out of a guy like Swift. Oh my God, free blitzer, it's Thompson, and that's the sack, and that's gonna end it. They're gonna have to take the field goal. Thompson came flying through. Excellent pressure. And now it's gonna be a 53-yard attempt. Let's see if they've got it. It's up, got the leg, and it is good. Tied up 6-all after the drive as Chicago keeping pace with us here in this one. So the Bears coming back out here. They've tied it up. They get a stop. We looked like we were going to make some plays last drive, but then it halted. They had like two sacks, I think. Yeah, they ended up getting 2 sacks, and it did not go well. And now the Bears with a chance here to potentially take the lead. I mean, they've had a chance the whole time. We've only had a 6-point lead at best, so it hasn't like it's been an astronomical change, but now tied up, they have a chance, even with a field goal, to take the lead back as they're going to throw it short. It's caught by Adunze, and he will get to the 35. He hasn't had a lot of targets, but the one he did have earlier was huge. It got them into field goal range, and now that one gets them the first down. Over the middle again for Adunze, and he's got another first down. It could have a very good connection here. Oh, who's hurt? Is that Briggs? Oh, no. Damn it. Briggs is hurt, which means it's going to be Draymond Jones coming in. I'm not too upset about that. I still like Draymond Jones. Handoff. Oh, my God. Immediately we get gashed right up the middle. That's crazy. I mean, immediately we get gashed like that as soon as our big defensive tackle, our big nose tackle goes out of the game. That's nuts. There we go. Shut it down. Shut it down. 3rd and 3. Can we get off the field here? Did we seriously just give him a free first? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? We had this issue with Draymond Jones last year too, and earlier this year before he got benched for Briggs. We can't be having these things happen, man. Calling an audible. I mean, we could have gotten off the field there, you know? Williams now looking deep, looks to take the shot, and it's incomplete. He was looking for more downfield, but Fuller and Horn in coverage batted away. 2nd and 10. Sorry, something happened behind me. I like fell. I don't know what it was. It was like a cat or something. But anyway, first down for Chicago. As Moore over the middle, and he will get 6. 2nd and 4. Williams short, completed to Komet, but Fuller comes down and puts a hit on him, forcing him down at the 25. 3rd and 4. Same situation that we were sort of in before when Draymond Jones decided to jump off sides, or jumping in a neutral zone. And Williams, oh my God, what a big play there. Trevin Wallace hitting Adunze, forcing the incompletion, and we are going to hold them to 3 points. That's a big time stop of the defense after giving up all those yards down inside of obviously the field goal range. The kick is up. It is good, and Chicago has the first lead of the day, 9-6. Back out on offense. Last couple of drives have not amounted to anything for either side. So we are here 9-6 still, 6:57 to go in the game. High formation for Brooks. We'll hand it off to him, and Brooks right up the gut. He gets a nice carry of 7. 9 carries, 54 on the day for him. Not as much usage as last week, but he has still been effective. Boyd underneath to Overton. It's caught. First down. That was a quick throw to Overton, but it worked. Calling an audible here. Fuller in motion. Goes underneath, and it is Leggett with the catch. Gain of 5. Slowly but surely, driving down this field. I formation for Brooks. Boyd changing something up at the line. Fuller once again in motion. We're gonna pass out of it. He goes underneath to Overton. He can't hold on. Hit as he throws. I like that he's getting rid of it fast, but you gotta let that route come through. Let him cross that linebacker first before you throw it. Blitz coming. They do not get home, and Fuller is open on the hitch routes. Excellent play call there. We get the job done. 1st and 10 at the 39. And now we're just outside of my comfort range with Little for a field goal. Hand off to Brooks, and there we go. Now we're definitely in the comfort range. 10 carries, 60 yards. 60 or 6 yard per carry average for him today. He's tired though. That's when we hand it to Townsend and watch Townsend work. And he tried to lower the shoulder there, it did not work. And he will get a gain of 3. But he stays in the game here. Let's see what we do on 3rd and short. Are we gonna pass out of this? We might. No, we're gonna run it with Townsend, but there is nothing available there. And he is shut down. He tries to bounce it outside, which I'm not a fan of. And we end up losing yardage. See, I just hit the hole right there. Like, I know that guy is breaking off the tackle, but like, or the block, but still, just hit the hole, you know? And we're gonna have to settle for 3. Hopefully we can make this. It's a 50-yard attempt. Little's kick is up. And it's good. Tied it back up 9-all. 2:44 to go. All right, 1st and 10 for Chicago. Hand off to Swift, and that goes nowhere. Thompson and Wallace shut it down. 2.5 to go. We're gonna get another play here before the 2-minute warning. I think so. Yep. They go right back to it, and Swift this time finds a little bit of a crease, but it's shut down quickly as Derek Brown brings him down. And that right there stops the clock. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 6. This is a big down for Chicago. They have had very, very many struggles on 3rd today. Williams throws it short, and they will not get it. Good job, Trevin Wallace, in coverage, covering Cole Kmet, their leading receiver. We have kept him in check today. And here we go. 1st and 10. Less than 2 minutes to go. Does Deion Boyd have a game-winning drive in him? Boyd right away takes a sack. That's not how you're supposed to answer the question that I just posed, buddy. Not good at all. 2nd and 19. As he finds Ridley short, we get 5. We needed 20 yards, buddy. What are we doing here, man? Don't take a flat route right now. There it is. He can't hit a deep throw. He can't hit a deep throw to save his life. That's the 2nd week in a row he has missed Fuller open after he burns his defender. Oh my God, this guy drives me nuts. Every time we have Fuller open downfield, he misses him. Last week he was 5 yards short. This week he throws it over his head. What the hell are we doing? Oh my God, you shouldn't be this bad with the 94 overall quarterback. Thank you. They've sacked him 9 times today. Like, I get that he's you know, they're a good defense, but 9 sacks? "36 seconds. We have to stop him here. If we don't stop him here, they're gonna win this game. Come on. Yes! Call a timeout. Call a timeout. Call a timeout. We could have tried something. We could have tried something to not go to overtime. I don't like that, man. You call a timeout with 19 left, you get a punt off, there's 12 seconds left, right? Boom, 12 seconds, you take 1 shot to field goal range. 1 shot. call a timeout with a minute, or like a second or two left on the clock, and then you kick a field goal. Boom, game. But now we're going to overtime. All right. Defense has been able to shut it down for the most part all day. Now can we do it again? Hand off to Swift. And he will get 7 yards out to the 32. Why is there a line there? I don't understand why that line is there. What is the purpose of that line? Is that like, did they mess up the lineage? I don't get it. Is that his field goal line? I don't think that's a field goal line. Oh, and this is where we can't stop a run. Remember the entire game where we couldn't give up runs? We shut it down completely. Now 3 plays and we gave them like 20 yards off of them. Okay. We're gonna do it again. Flag down. Tell me it's against them, please. Tell me this is against them. Go. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Illegal man downfield. Okay. Because that was an RPO. And he just threw it a little bit too late. 2nd and 9. Oh, roll out. Come on, guys. Okay, thank God. He had to throw it away. 3rd and 9. Come on, defense. Is where we need to get you to step up. We haven't given up a single 3rd down today, by the way. No 3rd down conversions today. Williams back. He's looking. This is precisely where we would give it up, though. This is precisely where we would give this up, is right now. As soon as I said we haven't had a single 3rd down conversion allowed all day, that is when we give up the biggest play of the day to this team. That is Madden in a nutshell. That is Madden in a nutshell to anybody who's ever played this game. Like, we're about to lose a game because I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know what's gonna happen yet. But I know for a fact we're gonna be down a field goal after this drive. I do know that. Now it is on us. We are down by 3. We have this drive to win this game. Hopefully we can get it done. We're gonna start off with a run to Brooks. He gets outside, he gets space. Oh, trapped from behind. I was hoping he'd be able to get outside there and just take off. Gain of 7. Good start, though. Play action rollout. Boyd looks downfield, finds Ridley. A bullet throw right over the middle. It's completed to the 48, 1st down. Ridley in motion. Boyd with the snap over the middle. Tight window throw, tries to get it to Mobley, but he couldn't hold on through contact. 2nd and 10, 2:46 to go in this half, or in this quarter. And another one outside, incomplete. 3rd and 10. All right, guys, comes down to this. 3rd and 10, we need a big play here. Come on, Boyd. Come on, Boyd, he's going deep. You throw a good deep ball, but it's double coverage. Why do we do these things? Don't take a sack. You absolute buffoon. You stupid, stupid man. What a crappy way to lose this game. 10, 11 sacks on the day. I just don't understand what his problem is. I don't get it. I don't get it. He has good traits. He has really, really high attributes, but the man just does dumb things, you know? And I just don't get it. Like I mentioned towards the end there, you know, misses the throw last week badly, 5 yards short to a wide open Fuller. This week, missed him again, had a couple of steps on the corner. If he lofts that thing up, if he puts it up out far enough, or he puts it up a little bit, lets Floyd run underneath it, probably looking at a touchdown. And then just now, finally puts a good touch on a ball downfield. But what is going on? It's double fucking covered. Like, why can't we just have you do something right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know he makes the nice throws over the middle. That's great. Half the quarterbacks in the league can do that without a problem. I have a 94 overall quarterback who cannot figure out how to use his best ability, by the way. He's 94 because of strong arm, not because he's a field general. And he can't figure it out. I don't know what his problem is. And yes, I understand there is pressure. There's pressure that comes. But you're gonna have pressure when you're holding on to the ball for 5 to 7 seconds. That is normal. You gotta drop back, go through your coverages, let it go. Or take off, or throw it away. That's what we have throw a ball away on. So you can do those things. But what does he do? Runs around in a circle, tries to throw it in the slowest possible motion that I've ever seen in my life to take another sack for the umpteenth time in the game. And honestly, I'm not even over exaggerating there because we had 11 or 12 of them that game alone. So I'm frustrated with Boyd. I really am. He is having a bad year in terms of what he should be having for his overall. I mean, this is almost, you know what this is like? Hear me out here. If you guys have been around this channel for a long enough time and you remember my Vikings franchise, this is starting to feel like that. It's starting to feel like that situation. When I drafted Taylor Hopkins, right? He ended up being a really good quarterback. He got up to a very high overall, but he just kept making dumb decisions. And I ended up having to draft Tyrone Bullard, and eventually I just replaced him, even though he was like 10 overall difference, 15 overall difference, and he made the team better by being our starter, even though Taylor Hopkins was a better quarterback overall wise. And I don't know if that is still a thing with Madden. I don't know if it's just sometimes a player just sucks, even though their ratings say that they're good. But what I do know is that this man in about 2 seasons is going to be asking for about $60 million a year. And I have to decide if I'm okay with that or not. I'm not okay with it if this is the performance we're getting out of it. That is fact. There's no way I can do that. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like, what would I look like if I pay a quarterback 50 to 60 million a year to give us the performance that Boyd just gave us today? Taking 11 sacks, missing on multiple downfield throws in back-to-back weeks. Why? Because he throws a really good in route? You know, like, and maybe I'm just pissed off because we just lost the game and we did it in a stupid fashion. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But what I do know is right now I'm pissed and I'm sick of it. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about it down below. Let me know. What do you think is going on with Boyd? Because beginning of the season, we had a normal playbook. He didn't do well. And that was the same book from last year, the start of last year, that I was using, right? Or start of this year, from last year, it was the same book. My first custom book, he didn't do well. He looked better, but didn't do well, right? We still have the same issues. And now with this one, another book that I've made adjustments to, and he still is not doing what we need him to do. I get that your receivers aren't Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice, and Marvin Harrison, okay? I understand that you don't have a bunch of 90s to throw to. I get that. But you are not making the throws that you need to make. And you're holding onto the ball forever and an eternity. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I feel like it's a very hot button topic when it comes to a quarterback and a team and where you place blame. Do we put it on the line? Do we put it on him? Do we put it on the receivers? There's so many variables that you have to consider, but you also have to realize that this is a business and there's money on the line here. This team is going to get dismantled. I'm not going to be able to keep a lot of players on this team, especially if they get really good because of a huge inflated quarterback salary, which I understand. But if that is the performance we're getting, like if it was tomorrow that Deion Boyd was like, give me a new contract, I'm not giving it to him. Not right now. So Again, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all I have for you in this video. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification. And of course, I'll see you guys next time.